Welcome everybody. We're back in the shack today, and I have a special project. This is a PowerBook G4 1.5 gigahertz 15 inch. They made these in 12, 15, and 17 inch. This one's pretty well decked out. It has 80 gig hard drive, super drive with a DVD burner, 1.5 gigs of RAM. It's currently running at OS 10.4.11. I actually have two of these, but one of them was no good. It didn't work at all. And as I was tearing it apart the other day, because I wanted some spare parts for this one, because this one has a couple issues, I realized that the motherboard is a newer version. So I looked at it, and if you can see, my camera will focus. This is a 1.67 gigahertz logic board for a PowerBook G4, also a 15 inch. So we're going to not only show you the PowerBook itself, because this is a machine I've never actually shown off, for various reasons, mainly because it works fine. It's actually a good running machine, but it has some issues that I'd like to try to resolve. One, the screen has a line in it, a couple other odds and ends. So, and I also borrowed some memory out of this for my iBook. So, but I'm going to show it off here quick, and then I'm going to try something new. I have two cameras, and we're going to try to do a couple different views as I'm swapping the motherboard out of this. Excuse me, the logic board out of this. So real quick, now we're on battery power right now. I did charge this up fairly recently. I actually have two batteries. So, and they're both good. One is not as good as the other, but you know, they're both pretty decent. So, as you see, this is the first unibody aluminum PowerBook. This is the only PowerBook. They also made these into what came later as the MacBook Pro, because this was the top of the line PowerBook from Apple. This is from 2004. These were actually still made way through the G5 era, and this was actually the last PowerPC laptop in the PowerBook line. They never made a G5 laptop. For power requirements, thermal problems. I mean, it was a nightmare. Okay, we'll have to wait a minute. I thought it was charged up, but maybe it's not. So, hold tight, we'll charge it. Hook a charger up. Okay, now we have a charger hooked up, so let's try this again. Okay, this machine was just running. Okay, we're going to try to boot the PowerBook once again. There we are. I mainly want to show that this machine is fully operational. There's truthfully no reason for me to replace the logic board, with the exception of the fact that I really want to, just because I want to have the fastest G4 PowerBook possible. So, and as we see, it's booting into Lion. If you see the black splotches on the screen, that's one problem. Another problem, which isn't apparent, there's a line up through here. The screen is, I mean, it's decent, but it could be better. So, and you see the line here going through the screen. It's kind of, yeah. I mean, it's not bad, but you know, I have the parts, so it's just one of those, why not make it better? You know. And if we go in here to About This Mac, I'm sorry, I lied. This is running 10.4.6, so it must not have updated yet. But as you see, it is a 1.5 gigahertz PowerPC G4. My zoom's a little funky today. And it has 1.25 gigs of RAM, which I hope to get back up to 2 here shortly. So I'm not going to really go into any other particulars on this machine. We're just going to tear it apart and replace the logic board. So we have a logic board. Okay, and just for a couple of things, this is the ATI Radeon graphics chip right here. As you see, there's goo on it, which I will take off, of course. That's the graphics controller. It does have a dedicated graphics controller with dedicated RAM, which is kind of cool for a laptop of this age. And here is the PowerPC 7450 processor running at 1.6 gigahertz with 2 DDR RAM slots here, and a bunch of other goodies floating around on here. And there's the back side of the board. There's nothing to really write home about back there. So this thing is going to be a royal pain to do. There is a zillion connections on this motherboard. So we're just going to get down to it and just get her done. I got some fresh thermal paste. We're going to repaste obviously the processor and the GPU. There's a big copper heatsink that goes between the two with a fan. The fan sits right in this hole here. So getting inside the machine is actually fairly easy. So there's 2 hex screws up at the top of the keyboard you have to watch for. So we're going to try this. I'm going to set up 2 different cameras so I can give 2 different angles. And to shorten the video, I'm going to probably fast forward through a lot of it and slow down where I see that maybe something I should point out so you can see what's going on. So stay tuned and let's get to it.